Prison, underground prison, a torture chamber, Inquisition. Round one, ready, go!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yo, I got.
Yeah,
it froze.
the West Coast VM crashed again.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna need to log in.
Okay.
All right, I think. Let me check here. All right. That was some technical difficulties. The host that we use is Paperspace for our VMs. We had some issues whenever the screen would resize. The whole like VM crashed. So that was what was looking at on the back end there. Might need to look into that or swap to a new provider. I'm not sure, but regardless, show goes on. We're finally here. So hopefully all these matches will actually make it their way to the VODs. Yeah,
Yeah, this one is Swan.
I got it. Yep. Yep. Jordy was letting me know that Swan was player one and they were doing a button check. I see movement. That looks promising. But let's take a look at the inputs, fix that. So, let's see. What is there to say? Sig has been very dominant, I think, so far. His play has been a mix, just really just superb across the board. He's been able to kind of blend between different styles. We saw on Cathedral he was threatening a push out, and then he was able to easily and comfortably swap over to the other side and transition to climbing. He's just been playing really well this tournament, so if that continues, I think it might be a little bit tricky for Swan to keep up. Not impossible by any means, but that'll be what to look out for. I think that Sig has a lot of tricks. He's got a lot of stuff to show, and a lot of stuff that you have to know to be able to counter. And Swan's new, so I'm not sure if they'll have the necessary like in-depth knowledge to kind of be prepared for everything. But we'll see how she can adapt. This is winners final, so this should be a 3 out of 5, so it's a longer set. So there should be plenty of time for adaptation from both players. But yeah, I'm still not sure. So this is probably the most difficult thing because Swan is California and Sig is New York. So you have across the country. I think we ended up using the California VM. So a little bit in favor of Swan. So that might factor into the game. But yeah, this is pretty much like the worst case for Parsec, you know. This is what it can't really handle is people from very far away.
Round 1. Ready? Go.
But during that break, I was able to get some water, so that feels good. Sig doesn't look too uncomfortable. You know, we'll see how actual interactions play out. Nice thing about keeping that opening nice and close, you see how Sig, he wipes out that inner column. And his side, it's able to still be climbed, but also is in a very precarious situation. Swan, this is what's interesting counter to a lot of things, is just waiting. Swan is just waiting for Sig to see what he's going to do. Maybe? Possibly, I'm not sure. Whoa! Sig almost got crushed there. Good bait to get the drop, the push out. Ooh. Good DP into altered state from Sig. That means that's going to send him out. That's what you saw at the end there. While he was slow falling as well a little bit. So Swan takes round 1. Let's see how the next round goes. Sig's going to change up his opening. He's going to set up. He's going to cross over early here. You're going to see maybe that will give him some advantage, some control over Swan's movement where she's going to climb up. She gets a nice little way up. Sig comes back down, does a nice little body block. It looked like there was some delay there. She was just kind of waiting at the bottom. Not sure if we're going to have to do some more technical support or if we're just going to play it out. Only so much you can do. Unfortunate that Sig overrides the X. That's alright. It's early game. Don't quite need it yet. Oh, Sig has to try to turn, but instead he hangs. Swan gets a good item, crosses over. Sig's ready for it, so he gets the push out into the pillow hit. Nice combo. Players have separated again. The left side looks a little bit like Swiss cheese. So we'll see. That X is going to make that real nice. Sig's running out of blocks here. You can see that. That will mean that his side is pretty easy to push out, though. Let's see. Yep, he gets rid of that long column. He's going to take that fight over. Swan is keeping it a little simple. You see Swan has control over that middle block. Good awareness. But Sig now has the anchor. He has control from down low and all the anchor blocks down there. Good drop kick. It was almost like a quick draw instance, right? Both players are fighting over that one square there. That was really tough for Swan. I think in that position as the player on the outside, you probably just want to go up because you can, while the other player can't. So I think Sig takes that first round. First game,
The
rather.
Cathedral.
Only those who can remain calm while breathing deities swirl about them will see the end of this stage.
But that was good.
This is a complex and
There's
difficult
a
area with many
Swan
different block varieties.
showed a good bit of knowledge there. Definitely very good awareness on being able to react to what Sig was doing. You know, Sig tried a bunch of different styles of openings there. He tried this kind of tricky, the thing that worked on, oh shoot, I forget who the player was earlier in the tournament, but an opening that he did earlier where he kind of sets up for a drop and then
Prison of Despair.
crosses over, and that didn't quite work against Swan. She just, she was patient, and usually one of the good things about Catherine, for a new player at least too, is that if your opponent is trying something tricky, sometimes the best option is no option. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just stand there, and let them have to make moves, because one of the things is that when players do ambiguous options, usually the ambiguity, the cost for ambiguity is that they aren't in any favorable position. So you could just kind of wait it out and see what happens. Not sure what happened there. It looked like some kind of crazy delay, but I think we're back on the rails now. Oh, I don't think Sig meant to go down there. I think he meant to climb. Yeah, we could see he's going up. Malkin 22 represent. What's up, buddy? Excited for some Mario Maker. Glad you could join us for some Catherine. It looks like Swan's having a little bit of difficulties down there. One of the tricky things as well, especially about 1.3, is that because it's PC and it runs at a different frame rate and everything, it's actually trickier to turn around. Usually what you'll end up doing is you'll just like kind of walk off. So you have to be like super careful. So I was struggling with this solve. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see there's some kind of inputs that are going on there.
Player 2.
That's unfortunate because it seems she's trying so hard. Whenever I hear her speak, maybe her controller is dying. I think it's just the connection, man. But I hear, yeah, she was so disappointed at the building blocks are monthly because she was like, man, I really want to play, but the connection was just too bad for her. Sig getting a nice push out there, dropping that whole structure. Swan's just, yeah. Oh, Swan's back in action now. Sig just goes for a push out, yeah. I think she also uses a different controller. I'm not sure what kind. I don't know if she uses like an Xbox One controller or what exactly. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I would just be speculating. But clearly issues of some kind, and that's unfortunate in winners finals. But that's also a testament to she was able to make it to winners finals, you know? Guitar Hero guitar. Ugh. Switch Pro controller. Oh, okay. Huh. Not as reliable as the Guitar Hero guitar. What would the controls be on a Guitar Hero guitar? I'm thinking, you know, obviously the strum is going to be, maybe strum down is pull and strum up is just grab. I'm not sure exactly. What would Star Power do? Star Power is definitely X Factor, right? You use your star. This is 3 out of 5. It's winners finals. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion over set count maybe, or if it was a 3 out of 5 or whatnot. But yeah, this is finals, so definitely 3 out of 5. No bans and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, clock.
Ready,
Sick.
go.
Dynamite.
Pause.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
Pause.
She's able to pause. Perhaps, if it's a wired controller, maybe the wire's coming loose or something. I'm not sure. Oh, definitely picked up that input. Yeah, she's able to. Okay. I don't know what happened. Let's get the reset. Maybe it needs to be reset every so often. I'm not sure.
Round one. Ready, go.
And all right, cool. There we go. Sig's timing gets a little bit messed up because he was waiting for Swan, which means he's going to have to come up with some kind of clever opening here, but that actually is going to cost him. Yeah, he missed the block.
Player one.
He wanted to push that, and by the time he wanted to cross back over, it was too late.
Ready,
He really got burned because he moved so much sooner. Both players threatening this inside. Big push from Swan. She's over on. That's really bad for Sig. Ah,
advantage. Player two.
Sig's able to take that. Real smart.
Round three. Ready, go.
Oh, that is not actually up to date. That Nightbot needs to be fixed. I think it's Core 3, Catherine. Core 2 was last year, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I gotta fix that Nightbot. I'm just lazy right now. Anyway, this is winners finals. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that Nightbot is very aggressive. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I think Sig takes this.
Player two wins.
Nightbot says no. Anyway, good on Sig. I think that he takes that winners final, so I think that means that he'll be sitting in grands on winner's side. I'm not sure if they were playing some of the losers matches off stream or not. I can pull it up on my phone. It's tough here being one-man band. I see Sig. So our top four. Sig is sitting in winner side grand finals, and Silent Black Cat and Bacon King have to play losers round 4, and then the winner of that plays Swen. So now people are disconnecting from the West Coast VM. Probably will pull up the other VM now. Let me get ready for that. Oh. This is very complicated to do this. I don't know if stream is going to be... Oh, okay, yeah, we are using the West Coast again. Alright, well, I will get off that VM then. Let's see, so I will update the scores. So I'm going to assume maybe P1 is silent. So I think... Not sure what the region is. I probably should have just put the longer name as P2, huh? But not sure what the regions are. But if we're doing West Coast VM, maybe there might be some connection issues. So maybe maybe we're just testing out the connections here. I'm not sure if this will dead set be what happens. Let's see. It's Bacon King. That's who it is.
When the night sky
So this is back to a 2 out of 3. This is losers round 4. I think that's technically semifinals, loser semifinals. So I assume that we'll need to set up buttons, of course, and check the connections. Although from what I could see on the parsec, it looked okay. Under 100 milliseconds is not bad. Certainly more playable than full body. I don't know if this is actual game or not. Looks like I can't tell. I assume it is not though. Unless I see differently. Yeah, I think they were just testing that out. Doing events like these really highlights how important in-person tournaments are. It'll be so great when we can do everything in person again. I don't know what the player sides are. Bacon is 1P. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I have fixed the players. I've lost, I think I've lost 3 of the 50-50s. Not sure what happened there. I was kind of looking away to try to fix the names. I'm assuming that Bacon accidentally the whole thing. Okay, going to be a bit of a fight over this block. No player has an easy way up, so this is where you're going to see a little bit complicated. Silent gets a slight advantage and starts to progress, but Bacon comes up and steals it. So let's see if Bacon is going to be able to maintain their lead here. Bit of a misplay to do that push. There's not an easy way up. It's going to revolve around this left side. The ice is making it a little bit difficult. Same with the lag. Possible paradise situation. Cat sets it up and uses it as a foothold to climb up. Bacon is climbing, but unfortunately that side is already paradised. So, oh, it's not paradised. Oh, I think the row below it was, maybe. Or maybe it got split up. Game 1 goes to Cat. Nya.
The Imperial.
Hey, first round of Imperio. All tournament. That's exciting. Imperio, you got random blocks, and you also have the monster blocks. So the monster blocks move in random positions, but I think there's some logic in there to try to get in the way of players. We'll see if Cat is... No, Cat is no longer. Is Cat still the Empress of Imperio? Who is currently the champ of Imperio? Usually at every in-person event that we do some kind of long set on Imperio, and it's kind of like King of the Hill style, right? Where, okay, the player who is winning at the end of that is the new king or queen or whoever of Imperio. Good defense from Cat here. That's going to run out Bacon's X. Pretty much not a problem at all. But Bacon is able to stay close by. Cat with some good pulls there, good awareness. You got some random blocks. Anytime you get those rows of randoms, that's scary. This is not going to be good. You saw that when you see the immovable block drop down a level, that becomes very tricky for the other player. I don't think Bacon sees on the right. Maybe he could have pushed and got up. Player 1's doing a little dance down at the bottom before seeing goodbye, doing a little wave. See if Bacon can come up with something special here. Oh, loses that. Is saved by the monster block. I'll be. Gets a nice item. That'll come in handy, hopefully. Cat with a big drop kick. This is dangerous being down. Cat has that whole row of immovables, which is very strong. Very easy to defend. Bacon, you had the item. Woo, just barely making it. Oh, Bacon's able to get the turn. He lets Cat out free. That corner, that side right corner was very dangerous. I'm surprised Bacon was able to get out of there. Cat's able to do some pulls. Ooh, Bacon gets delayed half hit. That's interesting. Player 1. Good use of the item to fake out. Bacon's letting Silent go a little bit free. I would say to push some of these situations where you have pretty strong advantage, where there's not much that Cat can do. Ooh, you see there that monster block came out and actually blocked 1P. Meanwhile, 2P clawed their way up from the right side. Ooh, big drop kick. I would say here, yeah, you gotta take some time. Got some monster blocks in the way. Let's see if 1P gets the turn on PC. That's impressive. That X Factor spawned on the left side, but unfortunately it's just no good. 2P gets the pin. That's gonna blow up. We've got quite a bit of ways to go here. I would like to see a pin selfie posted. In our Discord channel, we have a whole tab for pin selfies. Highly recommend checking that out from time to time. There's just this one block here. There's a little bit of lag from both players, so this might not be guaranteed. Let's see if Cat can count. Sure is. So Cat takes that. So Cat takes that 2-0, which means that Bacon King is not the king of Quarantine 3. They take 4th place, and next up will be Swan versus Silent Black Cat, the two ladies. Now Hazel Pop, just looking at the bracket history, I see Hazel Pop beat Silent Black Cat, and Swan beat Hazel Pop. So maybe Swan has the advantage over Silent Black Cat. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. If if Swan has some of the difficulties that it looked like she was having last time, it might not go so swimmingly.
Enjoy our
Now we're just waiting. Let me update scores and everything. I do not know what the player order will be, but again, 50-50. Just taking a guess. Just want to get their names out there to begin with.
enjoy our change various settings in the game, such as controller vibrations and how to control the camera.
Silent is player 1. Damn, man. I've missed like the past 4 50-50s. That's really bad luck. Thanks for keeping me honest here. This is the legendary matchup of Silent Black Cat versus Silent Black Cat. Just kidding, of course. It's actually Swan.
Prison of torture chamber. Prison torture. Prison.
Prison and torture. Prison and torture.
Spiral corridor.
Only those who grab at every chance they get to survive these slopes of death will win. This is an unpredictable, mysterious stage.
Round one. Ready? Go.
Not sure if this is actual match or button check or latency check. Chachi. I would be in grand finals right now. Easy peasy. Chach, where were you at, brother? Missed you. You weren't around all day. Same with Linus. Haven't heard from Linus either. I don't know. Oh, man. Swan just jumping into toilets. Now, this is losers finals, so this is another 3 out of 5.
Round one. Ready?
We're getting the rematch. Not sure if I still don't know if this is actually bracket or if this is just testing out the connections. I'm assuming it is testing out the connections based on how fast the rematch button was pushed. Swan's doing a push out. Look at this. Look at that. That was sick. Sick nasty.
Round two. Ready? Go.
Player one, you're running out of time.
Those spots are always scary. You get that U shape in the middle if you look at it from bird's eye view, and that sets up both sides set up for an easy pin. Oh, what a good push to drop kick combo. You actually have to be super careful there too, because if you're too fast, which is pretty easy to do, surprisingly easy to do in fact, you will actually lose that. Anyway, I don't know if this is actually... I will update the scores to be 1-1 because
Spiral corridor.
that's what
The
was seen.
underground prison torture
And if
chamber.
it's wrong, we'll fix it later. I'm not sure if one was just like a button check into a real game or not. It's kind of confusing to tell from this angle. They were playing like it was real, so I'm treating it like it.
Round one. Ready? Go.
Awaits the loser.
Silent gets a little bit of height advantage here. Plays some spider defense over top Swan. Stops her from following. Again, you see the same thing as you saw earlier. Swan has to do a swap when they get to the end. Able to keep that nice. You see there's that paradise, but Swan knows. Swan climbs from the inside. Silent, though, is actually ready for that and drops onto the block on top of Swan. Now see, here's a double paradise. Swan, though, already knows how to deal with it. She climbs on the outside. Ah, she pushes away that block. She kind of needed that to even stay in it. Unfortunate.
Player one. Round two. Ready? Go.
Let's see if Swan crosses over. No. Okay. Both players kind of keeping it separate. Swan actually does end up crossing over. Okay, cool. Just a row later than I thought. Ooh, ooh, people are going through people. Oh, man. What a good pin. And now we wait. All right, players have just agreed. It looks like there for Instead of waiting it out, Swan just kind of jumps off. Ends it a little bit early. Always appreciate it, especially like players do that, especially when it's 1P gets it, because it's guaranteed. So, you know, either you just kind of sit there and wait, or you can kind of end the round early and just kind of call it. Sometimes you might want to wait it out, especially if like you're trying to ice out your opponent, right? So sometimes you might want to stay. Even if somebody says, hey, I'll kill myself, maybe you might just say to them, no, I'm just going to stay here. Anyway, clock. So now we got bombs. Curious to see. Okay, both players. I see more and more players opting for the no bomb strategy where they push out. Cat gives that structure to Swan, but Cat has the item. Drinks a little bit too soon. That's gonna be not super good. And oh, there's some stuff happening. Oh my god. Okay, Swan ends up taking that. There was some spider invuln that caused some delayed hits to happen on the back end there. Swan was able to come up and then use the. They were holding up an A, so they were able to snap and get that frame 1 push. Very good. Okay, both players climbing. Oh yeah, Silent set that up real nice to push that whole row, and then pull on the one the end block. Let's see. Are both players going to go for this push again? Oh, looks like Swan missed a couple inputs. Swan's gonna have to adapt maybe. I see a push out in my future. Good job from Swan. Swan has tricks too. That was really good. It seemed like the push out flubbed maybe a little bit. The issue there is that they pushed their center block all the way to the left, but you can see actually on the left that block will come back down and connect. Usually you kind of keep that T shape in the middle. But yeah, they were able to take that. So kudos to them. That was really cool, especially because it looked like, I'm not sure if it was a flub or if it was intentional, but it looked like they were going for a no bomb. It looked like they were trying to push out their center bomb and were just going to climb, but then had some issues, or I don't know if it was intentional to obfuscate, but then detonated their bombs and crossed over. That was really slick. Cat just wasn't quite ready for it, I don't think. Oh, Swan trying to set up for that dropkick, finds himself now in that dangerous situation. You see Cat's going to try to stay just right near Swan. Make sure that she can't get any time to build up items or get some relieve some pressure. Okay, Swan gets the juice. Let's see. I think Cat there was trying for a block crush kill. Ooh, doesn't take the free combo. Questionable decision. Oh, finds himself on the back row. A little bit of flubs it looks like. Silent is actually in a little bit of a pickle. Meanwhile, I do not know what happened to Swan. I think she is trapped behind the stage somewhere. Yep, Silent is just standing over top, the spot that she needs to come up. And unfortunately, because the way is... Oh! There was actually a block down there? Yo, that's wild. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that was actually a beautiful idea. I didn't even think of that. So that was slick. Unfortunately, yeah, that didn't work out, so Cat kind of takes that. So let's see, I'm not sure if this is actually 2-1 or 2. Oh, there's a possible Y reversal setup. Didn't go for it. That's all right. Ooh, Cat with the pull again. That's going to burn all of Swan's energy. Now Swan does not have a place to go here, so Cat can kind of just wait. Okay, Swan does the smart thing and actually goes to the outside. Otherwise, it would have been a free drop kick for Cat, which would have been much worse. Nice a nice idea, kinda. Ooh, this is it. That's it. Oh, Swan takes that. There's nothing that Cat can do. They're too low. So this could be loser's finals point. Not sure if it is. I think Swan has definitely taken 2 games though. So I'm not sure if it's 2-2 or if it's 1-2. Oh, Silent with that early hit. Yeah, I think that was Swan was in altered state from the delayed butt bump.
Player 1 wins.
I think that was 3-2. Huh?
Round 1.
Just kidding?
Go.
Surprise?
Pause.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that was real or not.
Cemetery.
Only those who keep their heads
I guess it wasn't. Okay. Sure. It's kind of hard to tell. I guess what they must have done was they must have played on Spiral. They just played it out as the connection test and then just agreed to play into it. That's what must. That's what. Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it. We're good now. It was definitely confusing. Swan. Oh, what a push. Oh. Oh man, that's super dangerous. Cat is in one position. That's the only position they can be. Let's see what's going to happen. This could be a draw with that bottom row coming out. That looks likely to be a draw, especially pushing out these. I'm surprised Swan did not. One was a button check. Yeah, I figured they just button checked into a real game. It was just a little disorienting from a viewer point of view. I'm surprised Swan did not go up onto that block and wait to possibly get a drop kick, especially when that rightmost block got pushed out. We got separated middle. Okay, let's see. Silent has a little bit slower of a time here, but they have a wider base. They have a little bit more to work with there. Let's see if they're able to keep this. They are. You see that Silent side is the higher side, so it's going to keep catching these blocks. The tower is going to expand in this V shape, and it's going to expand from the left side, which is going to make it very difficult for Swan to actually climb up. But she kind of making it work. Not really. It's too far down at this point. What you kind of want to do in that situation, if you can't recognize it soon enough, is to farm for an item. It looked like she was trying to scrap and kind of like make her way up, which typically what you might want to think to do is actually go down a level where the tower is going to be a little bit more stable and cross over, or maybe get X, because that's going to help you out tremendously. Anyway, Cat is on tournament point there. I was a little bit scared that Swan was going to climb up. Silent with the spider defense, just kind of waiting out what Swan's doing. Ooh, that was scary. This is very dangerous. On Swan's side, you see that column is empty, so that is, if they were to get drop kick there, that's done. Swan's kind of doing this push out thing, but I think that the tower is too thick to make it work. But it did succeed in making Cat waste time. Cat had to cross over to the right to then make their tower more stable. So actually this it wasn't a full push out, but it was like a delay. And that actually worked out really well. Oh, there's the X. That could be it for Swan. This could be what she needs. This is 1.3, so she's only going to get like 1 or 2 more levels, really. She's not going to get far. But it might just be far enough. Oh, no! Ah! Not like this. She had it. She needed to cross to the right. She went for the spider. I'm not quite sure what that was. Oh man, that was intense. I loved that. I loved every moment of that. Cat ends up taking it 3-2, but man, Swan played her heart out. Let's just, man, that was awesome. No other words. Incredible. Yeah, wonderful play. I loved seeing the push outs. I actually kind of really liked that last play too on Underground. A full commit push out would not have worked for Swan. There just wasn't enough time. The tower would have fallen out. But she shook it up enough to where Cat wasn't able to climb. Because when the tower is shaking, you actually can't pull the blocks either. You can't pull and you can't spider on shaking blocks. So, in terms of that, her goal was met. I think that she did a great job. I think it was just at the very end there, that spider on the leftmost side was a bit of a mistake. A little bit easy for Cat to push that out, as was seen. But man, that was great. Great game. So that will send Swan in 3rd place. And we will see a repeat from last year of Sig versus Silent Black Cat Grand Finals. I am assuming we are not going to be using this West Coast Parsec server. And instead we'll use the East Coast one. So bear with me. We'll probably swap out. I'm not sure. Cool. Figured. Yep. Okay. Well, I was going to open the invite link, right? And here we are. All right. That actually worked out relatively smooth. I'm in, so. Swapping between multiple VMs is kind of a pain. But I actually think we have a somewhat decent system that works. Dual monitors is a must, gotta say. 100% helps. I didn't really have a dual monitor set up until this year. So sick. That's all I gotta say. For those of you who said 2 hours, I'm sorry, I lied. It looks like this whole tournament will take about 3 hours. Although there were some hiccups, especially with the West Coast VM, crashed a couple times. I had mentioned it earlier in the stream, but might need to go and try to fix something. Might just need to swap to a different cloud provider. But regardless, here we are. Grand Finals. Silent Black Cat versus Sig. Not sure what the colors are. I'm going to reset the scores regardless, though. Somebody just let me know. Appreciate it in the chat. If you let me know colors whenever somebody knows them. But I get another chance to solve this 50-50. So I'm going to say it's going to be Silent Black Cat as P1 and Sig as P2. That's my guess. So we'll see if I can. I guess the last 4 players wrong. Let's see if we can make it 5 guesses wrong or if I can get it right. Thanks everybody for joining us on this Sunday night. Really, I don't know if any. I assume that maybe some of the Japanese players are watching. Maybe they have their own little thing that they're doing. I saw some retweets on Twitter. Greatly appreciated. So I hope. Thanks for joining us. I guess that's really all I want to say. You could be doing so many things with your Sunday night, and here you are watching Catherine. But no, I hope everybody's having a good time. We've seen some really good matches. Yeah, it really. I mean, I just can't say it enough how much I want to see in-person stuff again. Um, it's going to be incredible. So this is Grand's silent. Let me put I'll put the L next to their name that way. This is double elimination, so they will if they win the set, there will be a reset. They will play another set, right? Because Sig has not gone into losers. I don't think anybody here doesn't know how double elimination works, but just for the sake of the VOD, had to say that out loud. This will be 3 out of 5, both sets, if it comes down to that. 3 out of 5, I don't think there are any bans or anything like that. Both of these players, old school now. Not super old school, but not newbies either. I guess they're just school. I don't know. But I'm expecting we'll see some Imperio. Both these players actually really like that stage. I'm not sure if we're having some issues or not. I don't see all the players in yet. I see me and I think that's Cats. There it is. I see Sig. I saw it earlier. I guess Jordy just missed it. Oh, look at that ping. That ping is perfect. I think that was like under 10 milliseconds from both sides. Yeah, that's pretty. This is pretty optimal, as optimal as can be for Parsec. So that's good. Let's see how it goes. Again, somebody please, if you guys are in the Discord, can somebody find out like what the colors are? I don't know if I actually got them right or not. Just post in the text or something. I'm busy here at the stream deck. I don't want to start pulling up too much stuff. I don't want to join voice. Colors are correct. Awesome. Glad we got all that out of the way. I assume we're going to probably do some button checks and fix inputs. Yep. Typically in Catherine, this stage, Inquisition, it's not a real stage. You know, for anybody who's coming in just to check out Grand Finals, this isn't a real stage. As you can probably tell, it looks funky, but this is like the de facto button check stage. It's pretty important kind of for Parsec, you know, to make sure everybody's controllers are being read properly. But kind of looks okay. Usually you start seeing people do their climb cancels. You can cancel your climb animation if you tap grab button to cancel it soon enough.
Running out of time.
And again, Silent Black Cat coming from losers, so they have to win. She has to win 2 sets to Sig's 1.
Only those who keep their cool in this frigid blizzard
And my caster senses are telling me we'll see some Imperio.
figure out the traps within this machine.
Maybe not round 1, but a couple games of Imperio. So, shall we begin?
Round 1. Ready? Go. Pause.
I wonder if they picked the wrong stage. The instant stage select. I'm going to assume that, yeah, they might have picked the wrong one. Not sure. Historically, for those who are tuning in, I think Sig is the favored in this matchup. But either player could really take it. Sig gets a nice hit. They're able to get this early lead. They're going to control this block, this center block, which means that they actually have control over this whole row. Ooh, dangerous situation there. Silent does the double Anakin. Sig reads a going in. Silent does some spider defense there. Isn't able to take too much off of it. Sig tries to set up his own spider defense, but Silent actually comes out on top and gets a butt bump. What you'll see a lot of these players do is they'll get a little bit ahead, and then they will spider. They will hang on the side and try to block the other player from climbing up. So they will either, and Silent there was in altered state and got rid of it, which was very smart. This stage does not spawn items, so you will see a lot more climbing on this stage than many others. Sig's going to be pulling this whole row of the ice blocks, which makes it harder for Silent to climb up. There's no paradise there, so this is doable for Silent, but you can see on the left side they are already at the top, and so Sig's at the goal. Now this row is going to be interesting. It's 3 high, so you can see it. There's, ooh, nice job from Sig. That row in particular, that pattern is kind of tricky to solve because it's 3 high and there's not a lot of space. So players are going to be fighting over who gets priority to climb. And so that's why neither player there, they kind of both stopped and recognized that they had to fight a little bit. And Sig was the one who kind of took advantage of that and let himself get hit, and then when Cat went to follow up, actually pushed the block out from underneath of them. Quadrangle has, it's an interesting stage. You do a lot of like piggyback, leapfrog off of each other. But, new map, Spiral. Black hole blocks, they suck up anything that's directly over top of them, players and blocks alike. So you see a lot more like abstract fighting on this stage because you gotta be careful that somebody doesn't push those black holes under you. Silent goes for a push. Ooh, they end up down bottom there. And I think they're actually done, yeah. Unfortunately, they would have been alright to completely wrap around if that leftmost column of blocks were not there. They were on a bad angle for spidering. Sig gets the height lead here a little bit. Let's see if they're able to do anything. There's that. Okay. Sig completely kind of destroys Cat's structure on the left, but Cat has an item, so she's able to fix that up. Now Cat is below, so she's able to do a little bit of pushing. This get very difficult to follow in real time. Got some good items from both players to kind of like, one was to block and then the other one was to kind of get themselves back into the game. Nice job by Silent to drop that side. Unfortunately, there's still those double spiral blocks are making it very difficult to climb. So Sig takes the initiative and says, you know what? Forget this, I'm going to knock the whole thing out. So he is starting to do this push out. He does a bit of farm on the outside. Nice job from Sig. That 3D solve with the block and the turn. Cat can do a similar thing, but it's not enough. That block is on a bad angle for him. So Sig is actually going to end up taking that one as well. I think where Silent went a little bit wrong was coming over onto the right. I think she did it at the wrong time. I think it needed to be a little bit earlier, or maybe she should have committed to staying on the left. But Sig with a quick 2-0 here. And of course, the Imperio. Good to see it.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
Good pillow hit from Cat. Unfortunately, that monster block is just kind of staying there. Sometimes he comes out and lets players have a way up, but not today. And so Sig's actually going to be able to steal that early advantage. The thing about this stage is that it's layered with all these rows of immovables, which makes Spider defense incredibly strong. And the only way to really break it is to occasionally you drop like individual blocks so that the Spider defense is interrupted, or you farm for items. Those are really the only ways that you're going to be able to break this. You can see there blue kind of dropped that one row, but orange has such a strong position right there. Oh, sets up for the pin. I don't think orange thought that blue was going to do it, and so when they ended up doing it, that was crazy. The Spider defense onto the pin spot is so strong, and this is it for blue. Blue can't do anything. They're literally shut down. Everything else is immovable, so there's nothing they can do. Very smart play from Sig.
Player 2.
Yeah. That's all you can say about it.
2. Ready? Go!
Cat is suddenly in hot water. Good early pillow hit. No monster blocks coming out. It's always dangerous being over top. Oh, nice dodge from Sig. Sig's kind of inviting Cat into that middle column. Cat's trying to stay away. Cat here, what you have to do is when the other opponent is playing defense over top of you, you have to make multiple ways up. Oh, what a surprise crush. Okay, we take those. Yeah, when blocks start to wiggle, unless they get like reattached, they'll actually fall. And so the timing for some of that stuff can get pretty tight. Ooh, that was a potential big drop kick from blue. Here, blue, you see how it's becoming very difficult for blue to defend all of these different positions that orange is going for. Oh, big butt bump from orange, and that's going to be it. So Sig ends up taking Quarantine 3-0 over Cat.
Player 2 wins.
Very strong. At the end there, I think Cat wanted to be one layer higher than she actually was. I think she wanted to be one row higher. She was playing it a little bit safe, and I think that ended up being a little punishing. But wow, good job to Sig. He looked like a monster this tournament. Absolutely. Just solid through and through. Openings and really, I think what definitely stood out to me this time that he was doing was fluidly transitioning between all the different states of the game, you know, climbing and fighting and pushing, farming. He was just transitioning between them pretty much flawlessly. And there's just nothing you can do being on the other end of that. So kudos to him. Thanks for watching, everyone. This VOD, I'll try to upload it to YouTube. Shoutouts to Quarantine QR for hosting this, as well as many other tournaments. I believe today is the last day of QR, but there might still be some ongoing. Definitely check those out. Donate if you are so inclined. Oh, Reno, our fans from Japan watching. Yep. Thanks, everybody. And hopefully, I love QR. I thought, you know, this was a great tournament, but I hope it's the last one. I hope that we are able to play again in person before next year. All right. Well, this is Shaz. On Twitter, I'm Shazdies. Anybody who's checking in, check me out. You know, we will get you interested in Catherine if you are not already. And yeah, good night, everybody.